Hey Piia family!
We're back!
After a long break, it was her fault she was being lazy.
I know,
I'm gonna point fingers.
But anyway, we're back with a really interesting video. Why people hate to see us together. Specifically, people from our own communities. Sometimes your own people are your biggest haters, unfortunately.
What an intro.
Edward gets hated most, not from me, not from my community, but from his community. I get hated most, not from his community, but from my community.
Ooh. And we're gonna be going into why that's the case and why we think that's the case. Let's start by me first.
So some of the comments that Edward gets are, she's using you, or it's the clout man, or he must be rich. What do you have to say about that?
I wish I was rich. And I also wish I had more clout. So where do I think that these come from?
Where do you guys, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think these come from?
So the only reason why someone would say something like this is if they think that I'm not good enough without these things. So it's like, is it because of me, who I am, or is it because of my Asianness? And that's kind of strange because most of these come from Asian people as well. So I think it's maybe because in these people's minds, they don't say that they think that Asians are inferior, but by commenting this, it definitely signals that they think that subconsciously. And that's really, really sad because I'm like, yo, you're supposed to bring your brothers up, bring your sisters up instead of purporting this message. So
because instead of saying, oh, these two people are in love, wow, that's so beautiful, they're trying to find an excuse why
exactly.
I'm with him, right? Like, why is she with him?
Yeah,
why is he with her?
So that means
she probably is using him. She probably
exactly
is for the money, for the clout, for whatever.
So unless I am extremely inferior of a person and it visually shows, or just watch our videos and it shows my personality, which I don't think I am. At least I'm average, okay?
Absolutely
so
not.
by saying something like that, it means that something else, aka my race, is what brings me lower, which is what I think that they're taking subconsciously. But I'll never know. I mean, it might just be jealousy, but if I go deeper, that's what I think. And I think that's a sad part, and I think that we should really work on not self-hating, so to speak.
People from your side should be defending you rather than telling you this.
And the thing is, if this was coming from someone who wasn't Asian, I definitely feel it's just racism, which obviously exists and stuff. But if it's coming from my own community, it feels like self-hating, which is more sad for me to see. I'd be like, I want them to think of themselves and their culture highly, and if they actually did that, they wouldn't make comments like this about another Asian brother and stuff, right? Sometimes in relationships, when you see two people together, you're always thinking of reasons why they're together, but the most basic reason is maybe they just like each other. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You shouldn't overrule the fact that maybe they just like each
Yeah,
other.
maybe
it's not
just
that she's using him or oh my god, he locked out. Maybe they're just two people in love, and let's normalize that. By the way, the second set of comments is gonna be very interesting. Do you want me to get to the second part?
Yes, go to the second one.
Okay. It's a fetish. So these are taken out of longer comments, but it's a fetish. Weird that he doesn't find his own race attractive at all.
You gonna tell a story about how I told you that my ideal girl is whatever?
Yeah, I did mention that in a previous video, by the way. I did mention that when we first started talking, me and Edward, I asked him about his ideal woman, and he told me it's an Asian girl. And it was, by the way, for me, it was an Arab man, right? Ideally speaking, we both put our own culture as...
right?
Because we always think of how that person is going to blend
with their parents, their
with
culture,
our
everything. Of course.
with our parents.
Yeah.
So if you love someone outside your race, doesn't mean you hate your own. At the end of the day, it's a connection you make with a person, not a race.
Right. So this one actually, I actually get a lot from Asian girls. Now, it might be because they're jealous of you.
Why would they be jealous of me? Because I'm taking their place?
Maybe they're possessive or something. They're like, oh, it's Asian guys for Asian girls only,
I see,
and vice versa,
Yeah, men on my side does.
But this applies for Asian guys, when they see like relationships of like interracial relationships between Asian girls and other people as well, they do the same thing. They're like, oh, you know, she must be a white worshiper. I think when it comes to relationships, to let people like who they like, you know, like it's completely, it's so unfair to be like, you're this worshiper, you're that worshiper, that fetish, whatever. You don't know the reasons behind it. And actually, what's really interesting was there was actually a Reddit thread made about me, and they had this like super long like paragraph psychoanalyzing why Asian guys who might be attracted to girls from other races are like
actually that
some
is
kind of betrayer.
That is the following comment from that.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the comments that we got mainly from that Reddit. Superiority complex.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys that feels that bagging any girl that isn't his own race makes him superior. LOL.
Lol.
Yeah.
So that's also a roast to you, because any girl, you could be like a low tier person. Yeah. It's like, why are we making this so complicated? Like, why are you psychoanalyzing this into like 100 deep levels about like how maybe when I was younger I had self-hate for myself and whatever. So therefore, why don't we just go to the simplest conclusion, which is like, I like Piia and I want to be with Piia. You know, it's like, what? It just, these kind of comments usually come from girls. For me, at least.
It's again trying to guilt Asians for dating outside their culture. He must think so highly of himself.
What makes me think highly of myself is I'm rich, healthy.
Good values.
You know? Take care of like my girlfriend, my mom, my family. Like these are things that make me feel good about myself. It's like not about... Well, I mean, obviously I want my girlfriend to be attractive, right? But it doesn't matter if she's white attractive, Asian attractive, black attractive. Like, I think that race has nothing to do with it, you know? It's nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with this. I don't know why it always goes back to race. We just have to accept that.
Yeah, what?
I don't know how to say it without sounding too
people just
cliche.
like people. Love is love?
Yeah, love is love.
Yo, you sound so cliche.
I stopped for a moment. I'm like,
you want to have like, you want to have the, you know, the thing on the wall, so like love is love, yeah.
Right?
Live, love, laugh.
No, for real, like, we don't need to justify relationships. Like, we just connected, and all that happened. Like, we just connected. There's no competition between race, between ethnicities, who can be better, who is better. It's just that we actually connected on a deeper level, and we clicked. And I think that is what is most important, important here.
Before I met Piia, I knew nothing about Lebanon. There was absolutely zero chance that I was just dreaming like, I'm just gonna get a Middle Eastern girl. Gonna go to Lebanon.
Like, I didn't know.
You know?
I knew about China, obviously, and some of its culture, but it's not like something I knew deeply about, right?
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Just think that maybe they like each other. Yeah. Not having a fetish, not thinking that he's something just because he's dating someone. I mean, who thinks like that for real? I was so surprised when I saw this Reddit. Yeah. And yes, we do make videos about our culture. We do make videos about us being in an interracial relationship. Apparently that offends a lot of people because we're highlighting like our differences in our cultures.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is show like that, you know,
we're trying to bridge the culture. Yes, of course we're gonna bring up these differences. Of course we're gonna talk about interracial stuff, and
I mean, it's kind of interesting seeing Piia like
crazy.
Cook Chinese food for my mom. It should be a thing to be celebrated. It shouldn't be like, oh, look at these guys always highlighting this. It's like, of course, like we're different, right?
It's who we are. Now let's move on to my hate comments.
Now. They're quite different. A little bit different, right?
They come more from men rather than women. The women in my community
they're very supportive.
For example, this one comment, there's a lot of the comments are going to be translated because most of them are in Arabic. But anyway, this one is, you're a disgrace to our culture. Why am I a disgrace? Loving someone outside of my culture doesn't make me, first of all, less Arab. Doesn't change my identity, doesn't change my principles and values.
We still eat a lot of Lebanese food.
No, I just don't like, why is this something shameful? It's an extension of who I am, right?
I actually think that this one is also a roast to me.
No, it's very much directed towards me. I could date any culture. This is still gonna
That's true. That's true.
This is no. It stems
You could date
from
anyone outside of Arab.
dating anyone outside of my culture.
That's
is
true.
already kind of bringing shame.
Okay, that could also be that, you know, I cannot believe you dated this guy, Edward. Like, it could also be that, you know?
It could be.
But this is double roast, you know, roast me and roast her.
I think this one was actually directed towards me.
You
So
got,
people think that they're entitled to your love life, but let me remind you that love is a deeply what?
Cliche deep quotes about love.
No, stop. Love is a like deeply personal. It's a personal choice, right?
It's still cliche though.
Still cliche,
It's still
right?
very cliche. Love is personal.
No, like it's not
No,
like
I
I
agree,
have
though.
to get your approval to date Edward, you know? Like it doesn't work that way. So if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
offend you in any way, I'm not gonna apologize, right? This is a second comment also I usually get. Why would you choose him over your own men?
Yeah, this is kind of similar to the part where it's like just out of competition.
Yeah. It's like a
'Cause,
competition.
For example, like let's say there's a bunch of like Arab men who are single. It's like, damn, I can't find a girlfriend. And it's like by losing you as an option, they're like, damn, now there's one less lonely girl, Arab girl. And the fact they say own men is like a way of making it be like you betrayed your own people.
Yeah, exactly. They take
Yeah.
it very personal.
Like, I don't know if the general consensus of dating outside your culture are the people more supportive of you helping to, like, you know, share the beauties of your culture with other people around the world, or are they more being like, this guy's a betrayer, he's a traitor? There's a bit of both, you know. There's a lot of people
There
who
is
are
a bit
like,
of
you know, like, oh, I hope you show her all the best Chinese food. But then there's other guys who be like, yo, this guy's a traitor, man. He did. Some people see it as betrayal thing. Some people see it as like a, oh, you do your own thing. I hope you can show her some of the beauties of Chinese culture. I can't help it. I like Piia, so I have to give her all the Chinese
You
food.
just like me? I thought you loved me. So now we're backing it up. So now it's just liking.
I can't help it. I love Piia. I said like a few
Okay.
times this video and you've been picking up on that and then you're bringing it up. I can see it. I love you.
You're just with him for his passport or money. He must be rich.
If you were with me for my passport, you'd probably want to marry me as soon as possible,
Yeah, that's true.
right? So you would propose to me then.
I'm happy to say I've built my own life. I've got my Canadian citizenship on my own, my PR on my own. I came to Canada on my own. Everything was on my own. I lived life on my own. So I don't know, for someone to think that way immediately, it tells me more about them, about their worldview than mine. Because I would if I see someone like interracial couple, that wouldn't be the first thing that jump into mind. Like you're projecting, it's literally projection. It is because Lebanese passport is not the best, right?
Trust me, it's very not good, man. I have to
could
get
see
visas
why they
everywhere
would
for
think
Piia.
that, but I have a Canadian passport now.
Congratulations.
So yeah, this is why the break, right? Because I had to celebrate it.
Yeah, and she had to eat a lot of poutine and like
Poutine and
Canadian
like-
food.
Last comment.
Last
is-
type of comments.
Last type of comment.
This comment is said in many different creative ways. I remember one time there was said in a way that I was actually like, wow, that's very creative. Do you remember that one time?
Yeah,
I forgot what it was. Very
I
creative.
forgot too, but it's again in the mean comments video. Is his decay even satisfying you?
I have to show it every single time to prove my
We
point.
have
Okay.
to flash you?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Every single time I gotta show it. I'm kidding. If I do this, it's gonna be non-monetized. We want this to be monetized.
Yeah.
Because we're not
This
rich.
is the only reason, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is like the most vulgar, most disgusting comment that I usually get. And again, that stems from the stereotype that men, like Asian men, are less manly. That if women.
You mean packing down there?
And that's so ridiculous. I see a lot of men trying to.
I thought you were gonna say I saw a lot of Asian men with penises, and I confirmed that it's not.
No.
I was
Like
scared for a second.
Obsessed with a lot of men obsessed with using sexual dominance as a tool, like hey, to insult people. This is what it strikes me. It strikes me someone trying to feel better about himself, so he tries to point the other person out. So he can establish
You
that
know.
like, yeah, it's not me. By the way, it's not me. But that shows that it's you, dude. Like,
But even if someone has a big DK and they write comments like that, it just means that like they just have a big DK.
yeah, nothing else.
Yeah,
right?
they don't have other things, right? Yeah, they don't even have 2 balls. Basically, the point is that like you can see here from these groups of comments that like it's usually our own people that hate on ourselves the most, and I guess for various different reasons. Like for you, it's they're upset at you dating outside your culture. For me, it's putting me down in ways that justifies in their head why she's even with me. Or putting me down in a way that's like, oh, this guy has a fetish or something. Obviously, I don't know the exact reasons why Asian people seem to hate me the most, given our context of the interracial relationship, and why Arab people seem to hate you the most. But that
To be
is
honest, to be very honest, Edward, I do get a lot of hate, but honestly, not as much as you get.
I get way
For
more.
real, he gets
Way
way more. I don't know what's with the community. I was very like shocked to see
Right.
that your own people are
Like-
hating on you and creating these scenarios.
I'm already getting some hate from the Arab dudes. Come on, like,
Yeah,
you gotta back me up
Exactly,
here.
like this is what I
Like-
was thinking. Like
Arab
you
guys
guys
already
should
hated me
back
right now.
him up.
Yeah.
Like the hate should come from the other side, not from his own people.
Listen, right now is a war between Arab dudes and me. Like I need you guys on my side here, okay? Like one man army right now. I'm fighting Arabs and Asians.
And Asians.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, I hope we shed some light on why certain people do say these and do this stuff. I really encourage you to address these, and to whoever tells you something to stand up and say that it's not true or whatever, because otherwise it's never going to change.
And most importantly, if you're in an interracial relationship, don't let it get you down. Remember that like if you have each other, you love each other. That at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. So we're gonna be back more, posting more videos. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
I stayed there as long as I had.